Howdy, partner, and welcome to a Paradise Lost podcasting channel. This here's your marshal, Cody. My pronouns are he, they. Joining me as we put the weird into Weird West is...
Hi, I'm Christina. Pronouns are she, they is fine as well. I am playing Emerson Drez. She runs the local theater, and as you will come to learn, she has kind of a paranoia or phobia of birds.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Brendan. My pronouns are he, him, and in this game, I'll be playing John Liberty, the high-kickin' sheriff of Caliente.
Hi, my name is Britt. My pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Cassidy Burke, but her friends can call her Sid. Cassidy's a widow who owns a bar, and she always carries a Zippo but doesn't smoke.
Hey guys, my name is Tyler. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Jackie Dawson, kindly and gentlemanly barber of Caliente.
Hey, this is Michaela, she, her, playing Doc Cavell, and she is the town doc who does the best she can in these violent times to walk the line of not adding to the cycle of death, which can be difficult sometimes.
Hi, I'm Alex. I go by he, him. I'm playing Samuel Mammon as the town preacher, a man of spirit and soul and family.
And without further ado, we present to you Deadlands, a fistful of ghost rock. All right, so last we left off, John and Jackie rode off to try to find homeboy, Tim with a T. So, the two of them go to run down Timothy. As you all find yourselves starting to get into Black River Camp proper. As you approach, you kind of see a caboose sitting on the end of the terminus for the tracks. It's quite a large one, and with black and red decorations on it. Off to, and that's pretty much in the center of town with heavy air quotes. Off to the left, you see a bunch of men in blue Union uniforms playing hacky sack around a fire pit on their off time. And to the right is we'll call it the tent city. Pretty much as far as you can see is just tents housing the workers, the people that follow the workers, tradesmen, pretty much everything that would follow a railway expansion. Is set up in tents and stuff across that way. What would we like to do? / where would we like to go?
Are we all in the carriage or wagon or whatever?
Oh yeah, y'all do have a wagon. I forgot about the wagon.
I know I'm in the wagon. I think Sid's driving it.
I think Duck is riding next to it. And the two of y'all are in the carriage.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not really driving or directing anything, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. We're looking for the representative of the rail line, right?
Yes.
I guess since I'm driving the wagon carriage, as we get closer, I'd let the other two know that we were coming up on them and probably slow down to a walking pace as we get close. That way we're not just running into the town or tent place.
Yeah. As you do drive closer, you notice that on your way into town, the carriage sort of hitches more often. But yeah, as you get into camp, the carriage hitches a little more often. Looking down, you notice it starting to sink into the mud. You'll notice, like, around the carriage, leading from area to area and space to space, they actually have, like, plank sidewalks almost to keep themselves from falling into the mud, because so many people moving so many places over dirt with rain and stuff makes mud, whether it's rainy or not. So yeah, would you like to... You've got your carriage slowed. Y'all are kind of in the middle. What would y'all like to do as you get out? If you get out.
Well, I guess Samuel's looking around, just kind of taking it in. He's never been in a rail camp before. And he kind of figures whoever's driving this thing probably has a better view of what's going on, being higher up and less obstructed, and yeah. So he's just going to sit tight for now.
So yeah, you see an intermingling of, like, your standard railroad workers, sexy goth cowgirl witch, Union soldiers. Kind of a good mesh of everybody kind of meandering around.
Well, that looks like the place.
I'm gonna find a place to tie up Dirk and the wagon, I guess.
And about what time of day is it as well?
I believe y'all got there early afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Like late morning, early afternoon, 10 o'clock a.m.-ish.
Okay.
Alright, so y'all hop off and head towards the rail car.
I guess so.
Are Duck and Emerson following?
Yeah, Emerson's just kind of keeping an eye out, know these people and stuff like that.
Looking out for birds.
Well, that too.
Gotta be careful of them birds.
Yeah, she's following along.
Alright, so you get up to the rail car, and as you get closer, you notice the two witches standing out front are Piper and Rose. For anyone that needs a refresher, Rose is the one who met y'all on day one. Piper is the one that got spicy on day two.
Gotcha.
Rose was the one in the bar, right?
Technically, they were both in the bar. Rose was the one that was there for the delegation meeting. Piper was the one who ordered a drink at the bar.
Right. Gotcha.
They kind of look y'all up and down. Piper gives Cassidy a smile and a nod, and Rose looks between the rest of you, grins at Doc, and opens her mouth to speak. Oh, now, well, we have been expecting you, but did you leave that fine piece of sheriff at home? Didn't want him scissor kicking Miss Mina, did you?
He'll be along shortly.
Yeah, he got pulled away for something.
Oh, well, that's a shame. A lawman's duty's never done, is it?
Seems not.
I'm just gonna have to ask y'all to wait out here for just a little while. Miss Mina's having a business conversation with her partner in, they'll be finished up in a little bit. It is Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain. Miss Mina's finishing up, having a chat with her partner, Mr. Chamberlain. If you all don't mind waiting, he's usually finishes up, she pulls the watch out of her crop top vest pocket and looks at it. He should be wrapping up in about, 4.5 minutes. Pops it back in. That's usually around the time, they stop arguing and start making up.
Does this happen frequently?
Do you really want to know?
I mean, I did ask.
Okay. Yes, it does. You know, Mr. Chamberlain he's such a upstanding knight in shining armor, and sometimes him and Miss Mina get into some disagreements about how the workers should be treated, something about us hitting them too hard or something. You never know with him. Half those union boys like it. But he'll come, bring some big hullabaloo, they'll yell. 5 minutes later, they're fucking. 45 seconds later, they're keen as can be.
Right.
You know how it is.
Samuel just raises an eyebrow.
Can't say I do, but I'll take your word for it.
So, you know what? I'm not going to ask. But anyways, it's good to see y'all here. Feel free to wander around. There's plenty of services if you need your boots recobblered. You want to get your clothes washed. There's something for everybody over on in Tent City. Or you can hang out here with me. I enjoy looking at your faces. Piper pipes up. Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely enjoy looking at some of your faces. Most of your faces. All but one, really. Rose elbows Piper and kind of rubs her arm. It's joking.
So I'll look over at the other three and just kind of, all right, so what do y'all want to do while we wait? Just hang out, find something to drink. I mean, I got my own, but
I mean, could see what they got for lunch.
I wonder if it'll be as salty as some things around here.
Oh, probably.
No, Doc. See, they can't get that much salt because you've got it all. Go on now, Valerie. Shoo. We'll come get you when we need you instead of leaving you hanging.
Oh, see, I figured we could just shake one of these ladies out and get all the salt, but I guess that's not how that works. But so let's go see what they have for lunch.
so we're off to the lunch serving tent.
Let's see what sort of gruel they have.
All right, y'all get into chow line, and today's menu is hardtack with salt cod and pinto beans and salt. No, there's some. When you get in line, there's a kind of large man with a pot belly, long gray beard. Everybody calls him Cookie. Sweat stains everywhere you can get sweat stains at. He's standing over a pot. Hey, yo, you Jones want some hoagies? Let's see,
Was this one of these hoagies that John keeps talking about?
Oh, you Johns know John? John's my boy. He's got... His ma said he won't feeling too good. Had to go out and get some fresh air. But, yeah, it's, these are probably the hoagies he's talking about.
Yeah, John's our sheriff over in Caliente.
Are hoagies really that big of a thing? Like, I've only heard of them recently because of John.
Well, yeah, that's where I heard of them, too.
They're the national delicacy of Philadelphia. You know, Mr. Chamberlain, he's from up north, but he spent a lot of time in Philly. You know, he won the Battle of Gettysburg. That's because he had my hoagies in his belly.
Well, it sounds like your hoagies are pretty powerful then.
Oh yeah, they sure do keep everybody working.
Well, color me curious. I'll try one.
You bite into it, and it's just ghost rock on a French roll. No.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah, he's got shaved beef that he's shaved off of a pit roast onto soft, fresh baked bread. You're not sure how he's keeping everything so fresh out here, but who knows?
Cool
Magic.
Topped with broccoli rabe and whiz. Whiz goes on real Phillies, right?
Yeah, that's the only way to have them.
Okay, I needed to make sure. And he kind of tosses it over to you as the hot cheese kind of stings your fingertips as it lands in your hand. Here, let me salt that up for you. Put some jimmies on it. And he puts a little bit of ghost rock dust mixed with salt.
Oh no, you don't
Over
need to
top.
worry about giving us salt. The ladies back there have plenty of it, and they were dishing it out pretty well.
Oh, you're talking about the witches? Yeah, they've been nice to me. But I've seen the way they treat some of the boys, and they ain't super forgiving.
It doesn't seem like that. It seems like any slight, and they're just gonna treat you like shit.
Well, yeah, they're called witches for a reason.
I don't know. I just think they have better things to do than to just be salty towards everyone.
Oh no, that Miss Piper over there, she talks a lot about Valentina Valerino, some doctor who's in these parts that she ain't happy is here because, you know, love and loss. She never got over it. Not even a hoagie could fill the hole in her heart.
Quite a lot of holes to fill.
Is it worth making a roll to like see if we've recognized that name?
I'm gonna take the wild assumption, since she's being shitty towards Doc Val, and Val can be short for Valentine or Valentina, it's probably Doc Val.
Ah,
Yeah, I mean, if you'd
a
like to
perception
make a
check
roll,
is high.
you're welcome to, but I will give it to you that it is likely Val.
Gotcha.
I'm just following the trail of salt that's left.
Weeks. This explains something.
But yeah, salt, a little bit of cracked black pepper, and, you know, ghost rock.
Nice.
Does the body good. It's a vital mineral.
It's high in something, all right.
Would anybody else like a hoagie? Or are y'all just gonna watch your friend eat it?
Oh, I want to see how he feels first about it. I value his opinion on some things.
Oh, you're a watcher. I got you. You're one of them Johns.
Now, what do you mean by that? And Emerson just gives him a very intent look.
You know, Johns. There's some Johns who likes doings, and there's Johns who likes watchings, and there's Johns who like kicking people in the back of the fucking head. I still got a headache from that. There's Johns, all types of Johns. And I ain't here to John shame. You're a John who watches.
You know, this hoagie's not bad.
Damn straight it's not bad. I'll just say it. Best hoagies in all of Philly. But now we ain't in Philly, we're in Caliente. So, best hoagies in Caliente.
Well, as far as I know, only hoagies in Caliente.
All right, Alex, for the rest of the encounter, the rest of the session, treat your dice rolls as one die type higher.
Okay.
Also make me a vigor roll.
Cool.
Can he use his die type up now, too?
Yeah.
There we go.
Dope, yep. No adverse sex.
That
all
is
the things happen.
Ideal.
It is the best hoagie you've ever tasted. Might be because it's the only hoagie you have ever tasted.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling.
But it's warm meat, bread, and cheese.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, after a day on the road, day and a half on the road, probably tastes pretty good. Got anything
I'm
to
sorry,
drink with
Dirk
this?
isn't the most smooth carriage carrier.
I mean, it's gonna be bumpy no matter what you do.
Oh, you want something to drink? I got some of their Quicksilver's Quicksilver Springs mineral water. That'll wash it down real good.
Mineral water?
Mineral water. You know, high quality H2O.
Yeah, well, I actually might be interested in just trying to sip of that. Compare it to our water.
Oh yeah, there's only I promise there is no more than 50% cocaine in there.
Well, that seems a
Do you have
little...
any just normal water?
That is the normal water, John. Oh, use John's the fancy John's. You like your yeah, the witches was telling me about that law. I'll see if I can find something that the doctor's supply hasn't slipped into.
All right.
Oh, so your doctor around here uses a lot of that stuff?
Well, yeah, every doctor uses a lot of that stuff. You either got the magic or you got the stuff. It's one or the other. Armies keep marching as long as you keep them fueled.
This is why I keep my emergency stash under my seat in the carriage. And she holds up her flask, which just has water in it, but it's her own flask.
Heroin never hurt nobody, and I'm sure it will never become an epidemic in Atlantic Northeast. Everything will be fine. And then, oh, here we go. We got a nice ice cold Coca-Colas.
Of course.
Nope, those have cocaine in them. Sarsaparilla. We got sarsaparilla. He pulls some sarsaparilla out of a blue glowing box. We got sarsaparilla, and we got I got some Philly water from back home, but you know that's only better because the Coke's diluted with other things. But yeah, here's some sarsaparilla.
Did you say it was out of a blue glowing box?
Yeah.
Emerson's gonna go ahead and I guess take a glass or a bottle.
Yeah. They would be bottles.
Ah, thank you. I think I'm gonna save this for when I get some food.
Yeah, what kind of food are you looking for? I think out on the other side of town, like I'm mostly here for the soldiers, remind them of home. Out on the other side of town, if you know Hoagies ain't your deal, which whose deal is Hoagies not? They're probably serving beans and jerky again.
I mean, I guess I'll take a hoagie. Probably not a whole one. Maybe like a half one.
I'll split a hoagie with you if you want.
That sounds like a plan.
All right. 2 half Hoagies coming up. What about you, pretty lady in the back? You hungry?
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to need some energy to deal with all this, so I'll take a sandwich and a drink, please.
Oh, you dealing with something? I got you. And he pulls out a bottle of whiskey from under the counter that kind of frosts as it hits the warm air. This one's on your buddy, Salvatore. Just remember, you know, not the end of times. If you're feeling down, you can always do cocaine about it.
Nah, my blood don't have ghost in it.
Mine don't either, because I do cocaine.
Doc's gladly gonna take the drink he's offering and down it real quick.
He offered a whole bottle of whiskey.
Oh, a whole bottle. That's
Michaela, up your strength die or your vigor die by 1. Lower your smarts die by 1. And then you get the Hoagie effects of everything's raised 1. So strength is raised 2. I mean, vigor's raised 2. Smarts is down 1.
Well,
yeah.
If
would that just mean smarts is the same?
Even.
Yeah, smarts is the same. Vigor's 2. Because you're drunk and full. Everybody else can take the Philly effects.
Now, is that just for the attributes, or is that for the skills as well?
It is for skills as well. Any of your dice rolls are considered one die higher.
Did we ask his name?
You didn't, but he did give his name.
All right. What was it?
Your old pal Salvatore.
That's right.
Oh, that. Okay.
It's a pleasure meeting you, Salvatore. End up in Caliente. Come on into service sometime.
Oh, well, I'm sure you Johns will be the ones who decide whether or not I end up. So if you want one of those hoagies, you know.
It'll certainly be a perk if that's the direction we go.
When you see Johnny Boy, tell him to stop by Sal, so he'll follow his stomach.
I'm sure he will.
All right. With that interaction and eating, at least 4 minutes has passed. You'll want to make your way back to Mina's rail car. You're welcome to. You're also not on a schedule, so you're welcome to look around more if you want. But if you want to get down to business, the rail car is where that would be happening.
Look at the others. See what they're wanting to do. It doesn't really matter to me.
I mean, we came here to go talk to her, so might as well go deal with business so we can go deal with other business and so we can make a decision.
True enough.
I'm fine with doing business first, but I really think on the way out we should at least kind of talk to some of the workers to get their feel on things.
That don't sound like a bad idea.
Hope I get a chance to get a couple lies in before Brennan shows up to scissor kick me. It'll be great.
Something I will say is when we're talking to them, I'm gonna be keeping an eye on them, especially with how they've been like really throwing shade towards Val. I'm not sure how far I trust them right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, only one's been throwing shade, and she did get ribbed for it.
Doesn't matter.
Rose wants a piece of that. But anyways, so y'all come back, and instead of the two girls, it's just Rose standing at the door now. Go, y'all are back just in time. Mr. Chamberlain is just finishing up, I think. Can y'all roll me a notice?
Sure.
Yes, notice.
Oof.
I got a 7.
I don't see shit.
Apparently drinking makes me notice things.
Yeah, apparently. You hear the two of you that passed over here a kind of heated argument in the rail car. Now, Mina, you know that you can't go just doing stuff like that. Did you even read the files that my men sent you on them? Not everybody's responsive to you sending your girls out. Well, Mr. Chamberlain, that's why I invited them here. Because, you know, the girls don't always behave. And you can hear the sigh. That's how loud this sigh is. Next time you send somebody to guarantee that we get land rights, do it. I'll send one of my boys next time. We can't let them spread. You know what will happen. Yes. What'll happen? They'll spread zombies everywhere. Ghost Rock. Yada yada. We gotta get there to secure Ghost Rock for the Union because they'll sell it to the Confederacy that's doesn't even exist anymore. They're still fighting, Mina. They're still fighting. Fading back to outside the cart. Rose kind of leaning against listening in as well. Goes, well, y'all hear that. So, it's a new one. If you want to give them another 5 minutes, maybe, or you can go in and it's not like they're being private anymore. I personally think it would be more entertaining to barge in there and see what happens when they don't get their makeup time.
Val clumsily gets off her horse and walks inside.
Oh, you were on your horse this whole time?
I figured I probably walked it from one area to the other. Like, I never officially tied it up.
I'm not hoofing it through the mud like you plebs. Okay.
After a whole bottle, do you really think I was walking anywhere?
All right, so Val's just going to hop off the horse and go in.
Yep.
All right, Rose is going to help make sure you get up the rail like you want to and kind of follow you inside as you burst through the door. Is anybody else following suit? Or are y'all going to be a little more graceful?
I will follow
Yeah.
up to the door, but I won't go in.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let her go entirely in by herself, so I'll kind of come up behind her. I'll go in, but only like a step or two. And then just lean against the wall, kind of like right off to the side, so I can keep an eye on the conversation.
Val, you're bursting in. What's your introduction?
I guess Val just kind of stomps in and not like angrily, but like, all right, y'all wanted us here. Y'all wanted to talk. Quit making us wait. Let's get to it.
Do you actually say that, or are you saying that with body language? Drunken body language.
Swaying body language, like, I guess with some grace that a drunk person could muster. She's just like, can we get to the point? Like, it's hot. We've been waiting. We got things to do.
Yo. Oh. You're the doctor. Miss Mina, you didn't tell me you were inviting these fine folk over today. Well, you didn't tell me today was the day they were going to arrive. He reaches out for your hand. Well, kind of like reaches his hand out expectantly for your hand. Maybe you've heard of me. My name is Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain. I'm helping Miss Mina here build her railroad in exchange for Empire Rail having mining rights at Quicksilver Springs.
Just for reference, is Quicksilver Springs the place you were telling us in a previous session was like a Ghost Rock hotbed somewhere nearby Caliente?
Yeah.
Alright.
It is. It do be.
I suppose Samael kind of follows behind everyone at this point.
Looking down at his hand that he held out expectantly, I will hold my hand out, waiting for him to grab mine. Be like, yeah, we've heard some things about you, mostly good. So what's y'all's plan and proposal here?
Well, our plan and proposal is to secure rights to bring the railroad to the town, knowing that you're going to make the right decision and not side with those dirty Bayou Vermilion boys. Mina. What? You know what? We agreed that I would do the talking. Well, somebody's got to say it. Yes, that somebody's going to be me. You've had your turn. Both times you've sent somebody there, things have somehow gotten worse. Please. Dr. Val?
Doctor is good.
Doctor. for one, big fan of your work. Two, we plan to secure the Ghost Rock mine nearby Caliente, and with the profits of the government buyout of Ghost Rock, we plan to split that with your town. So we build the railroad there, do all the mining. The town will take a 15% cut off the top. And then we take the rock back east and make sure that the fine union never has the problem it's had again.
15%.
15% is a large percent for you not having to do anything but say yes.
I feel like we would end up having to do things with all the folks that come in, the workers. We're going to have to build up infrastructure. We're going to have to deal with probably some rebellion issues. There'll probably be fights. Like we've already heard some dismay about worker treatment. That's people needing patched up depending on how they get treated. I feel like there's going to be a lot we're going to be doing.
What you described are things that are funded by town growth. The money that comes in when these people come in and need services. Your town provides services at a cost, right? You're not giving stuff away. So our rail would bring more people to your town, making you more money. And you think because you're making more money, you need a bigger cut of the money from the rock we're mining.
Well, considering it is our area, what's to say we don't mine it ourselves?
Nothing's to say you don't mine it yourselves. If you wanted to mine it yourselves, then we would work out a profitable shipping contract where we would buy the rock that you mined at a reasonable price and ship it out. Or if you wanted us to sell it for you, then for a 15% cut, we'll take the rock that you mine and sell it back east. No one's saying you can't mine it yourself, other than you. Anybody watching, roll me a notice check?
Looks like everybody noticed something.
Yeah, y'all do. From what you all notice, obviously, that he's being upfront and honest. Like, though he's confident and maybe a little pretentious with some of his wording, none of it's meant to be
deceptive.
Yeah, there's no deception here. He's just, it is what it is.
Personally, would prefer if I had to choose between the two of y'all. Morally, y'all is where I'm leaning more. But, obviously we would have some concerns, especially with how things went over when Piper came to town.
What do you mean when Piper came to town?
I have a quick interjection here. If we were to side with you all for this, who will be working directly with you, Mr. Chamberlain, or would we have been working with the ladies that have been very salty to us? Not including you, ma'am, because you haven't really spoken to us. And Rose has been more or less a delight, but that Piper...
So, when you sign a contract with us, the town of Caliente becomes our partners. Me and Mr. Chamberlain are partners. You would become our partners, and my employees would become your employees. So you wouldn't be dealing with them as equals. You would be dealing with them as subordinates, is the nice word, is what you call your lackeys, right, Mr. Chamberlain? Subordinates. Yes, Mina. You know that. Yes. So Piper wouldn't be a problem. If it would make you feel better, I can keep her on a shorter leash. For now, she'll
Like that.
be stuck to the muckraking duties. You know, Doctor, these girls tell me everything, but that's besides the point. What were you saying happened in town with Piper?
Yeah, just trying to stir up the locals, wanting to cause all sorts of trouble as she does, because it's entertaining to her.
Well, obviously, who doesn't like a good brawl? Yeah, I've never been one to back down from a good fight.
All I'm saying is, if you're trying to send representatives and they get real spicy with the people you're trying to work with, it doesn't really create a good first impression.
I was hoping they could, what's that the kids say? Kiss and make up. But I guess the cuts are too deep to have healed properly. I'll be sure to keep Piper out of your business. We'll keep the jilted lovers separated.
So if we're partners, how much say are we going to be getting in how folks get treated? We have certain expectations in our town.
I still have yet to hear about... You keep talking about folks being treated poorly, but it hasn't made it to my ears.
So we didn't overhear y'all outside talking about being a little rough with workers?
There's a difference between dealing with bruising a couple knuckleheads and abusing your workers. You've got to run a tight ship when you're, managing this much manpower.
If you say so. Also, we couldn't help but hear, so things were a little loud. What's this about y'all saying volume millions funding the defunct Confederacy?
Well, they are from Louisiana. Well, I guess apparently you don't know that Louisiana fought on the wrong side of the war. And those deep south states still, they're still a little spicy now. It's that Cajun blood. Yes,
So I suppose, and Samuel steps forward for kind of the first time in all this. I guess I'm more curious, how are you going to need to build around the town? I assume there would be a train station of some sort, and then how much expansion should we be expecting if we were to go with you?
yes, Mr. Mammon. There's no telling how much a town can expand.
Well, I meant more specifically for supporting the railroad. I understand that people will come if there's rail, if they see opportunity. That's not in your control. I'm asking what sort of infrastructure are you going to need to support a rail station and a rail connection into town?
Oh, we will take care of that. We just need a land parcel, and I understand that your town has a law about trading ghost rock outside the church. So we'd ideally like to build the depot as close to your church as possible, if that's okay with you.
That's certainly something we can discuss.
If not, building you a new church inside of the large depot.
Yeah, I was more wondering, what sort of space requirement you would need for everything involved, and just kind of more all the specifics, the manpower that you would need to bring to town, and just so we can plan for that sort of thing if we decide to go ahead with this.
We would likely take up a quarter mile squared on the backside of your town, as close as we can get to the church, to build a depot and processing facility. With the influx of workers, we would probably need to build temporary housing, and take up maybe another quarter mile. So we'll say about a half a square mile on the end of town. Of course, we'll pay premium for the land. Money's no issue. But
Understood.
We'd likely build a wall, depending on who wants the mining rights. Val here made it seem like you all had plans for the Quicksilver Springs mine.
We're weighing our options. But looking at all eventualities, I think is a important thing.
Yes, we'd of course have to buy the mine at a premium, all of that land. And we'd probably use that just outside of town to set up mining operations and the housing, permanent housing for all of our men and women. But yeah, that's about it. Half a square mile and purchase of Quicksilver Springs would be what we would need. I'd say 1.5 should cover it.
All right, we can look at our maps of the area and see how feasible that's going to be.
So 1.5 plus 15% off the top for everything going out, and then partnership and negotiation going forward. Cooperative partnership, not a takeover of the town.
Why would we take over the town?
I'm just making sure we are on the same page. That is y'all's proposal going forward.
Honey, if we wanted to take over your town, I'd have wiped it out weeks ago. We'd have just taken it. But, pretty boy Chamberlain over there wants to make sure this one's done right. So we're doing it right. We want to be partners, not enemies. We don't want any more hostilities than Piper's already managed to stir up. But rest assured, we're coming into this as partners. If you would like, you can make another
Notice.
Good.
Yeah, notice.
Because I was like, I don't know if I believe that.
I feel like Val should drink more often for rolls.
Apparently. I'm going to use a penny to re-pull that one. Awesome. All right, well, it's what it is.
I also dumb. I've not been increasing mine because of the sandwich effect. But I like what I got, so I ain't going to redo it.
Yeah, from what everybody can tell, she does seem to be telling the truth. Except for Samuel. Samuel seems to think she's lying, apparently. No, I don't play that way.
He's just unsure.
Yeah, you just don't know. You can't tell, but there's no signs that she is lying.
Okay.
I assume y'all don't have any problems with us talking to Value Vermilion to get their take on things.
As long as you understand that every word out of that damn Simone's mouth is either slander or a flat lie.
Well, we've seen that. He had the audacity to try to lie to John and found out the hard way.
Oh, no. That was Mr. Lafayette. I'm talking about Baron Simone Lacroix. He's quite a spicy character. Have your wits about you when you go down to visit him. There's no telling what magic he might try to work on your minds.
Well, I think I'm at least satisfied with our discussion and have information to take back to the mayor.
Yeah, speaking of taking back, where's John?
He had some business to attend to. Some law business, I think.
I was hoping to catch him.
Thank you for taking the time to enjoy our show. If you liked what you heard, why not tell your friends, or hit the like button. If you loved it, or have ways we can improve, leave a comment on the episode, or a review to help us get out to more ears. I'm always looking for feedback to improve the show. Speaking of feedback, you could also send that to apairofdicelost on Twitter, or apairofdicelost@gmail.com. The theme music for this game is Born Barnstormers by Brian Boyko, used under a Creative Commons license. And finally, for making it this far, why don't you go ahead and refill all your bennies for the week? The culprit?
Yeah, I named him. It was a good name, too.
Do you not
Was
have
it
your notes
Homeboy?
pulled up?
I know.
I literally have insert name here for the dude's name. You didn't name him.
Totally did. His name's Tim.
Timmy!
Just nobody asked.
Okay. Jim it is.
Yeah.
Jim with a J or Tim with a T?
You just lost Britt.
No. I don't wanna.
She can't handle the tent city. Not taking it today.
It's too intense.
Well, in other news, I got nothing. I'm just gonna give Britt. Hopefully, she comes back in a second. Said 1 sec. She's gotta restart her internet.
It was working just fine until we literally started recording.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Back to Elden Ring.
gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Get those runes. I gotta type up a session recap tonight.
Well, while we're waiting, I guess I'm gonna go grab a mango pop. Tyler, would you like one?
Say what?
Would you like a mango pop?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab one while we're waiting for Britt.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
hooray, Britt's back.
Maybe.
Hello?
Oh, hey.
Alright, I restarted my Discord and I restarted my phone and I attached my computer to my phone's hotspot.
Man,
So
you
hopefully
sound, sounds so fucking crisp. No,
Are you
just
being
no.
sarcastic?
No. No, it sounds good.
Okay, well I'm connected to my phone's hotspot, so hopefully that helps.
And it's gonna last just long enough for Christina to get back with her mango pop.
I've been back.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was like at least 5 minutes ago.
I don't know how long it takes sometimes.
I mean, to be fair, we do have 2 stories, so.
Remember that time Tyler went to make some coffee and disappeared for like 30 minutes?
Yep.
I mean, that's just making coffee.
Yes.
That's just how it goes, Cody. You wouldn't know.
Nah, because a Keurig makes it in like 2. The espresso machine at work makes it in like 2. Shit, the percolator at work makes like 3 gallons in like 3 minutes. Precisely.
You just don't understand.
Well, when you have to manually grind the beans yourself, you know, chew them up and get them all moistened.
You gotta measure the. You gotta measure your coffee in grams, the exact gram.
It's not real coffee unless you're picking the beans out of your windowsill coffee garden.
Yeah.
This one looks a bit too tannic. I'll have to find another pound.
Yeah.
It's a process. You wouldn't understand.
Alright. So,
Wow.
Weird West, y'all. Weird West. Magic.
It's bigger on the inside.
They raised hail and praised Dale, so they got 5 more tents. I cannot remember. Before y'all ask his name.
Was it the guy who was like the actual historic war hero or whatever?
Yes.
I don't remember, but he had a cool name.
Right?
For some reason, it kept making me think of Custer, but that guy was like not him.
That guy's like the opposite of that.
Yeah, kind of.
For some reason, the name Jackie Dawson keeps popping up, and I know that's not right.
That's because Jackie Dawson is Tyler's character.
I know. That's why I said I know that's not right.
Colonel Mustard in the camp with a screwdriver.
I was going to say the candlestick.
I actually don't think the screwdriver is a canonical thing to use, but who cares?
It's not.
I mean, we're going.
It's
with
always the
context. I
candlestick.
think it's with the rail spike, but sure.
That is a good one.
Best hoagie in SoPhil. What's Southern Philly, Brendan? No, the good hoagies are in Northern Philly, ain't they?
That is not a anything that I'm willing to commit to the record.
Just enough for
Nah,
this. No.
too late. You down the
Too
whole
late.
bottle. Let's go.
He already said downing it.
It's a rougher day than we thought.
Straight faced. Just doing it, making dead eye contact the whole time.
Listen here, Piper, you dumb bitch. I didn't think you were drinking and riding.
They see me riding. They hate.
Announcement, do not drink and ride horses.
Yes, ride responsibly.
Otherwise, you'll
Definitely
end
don't
up with
let
your
your
own
horse
Piper.
drink and ride.
I didn't think I'd get this far.